Hello, my name is Ali Carter. I am the founder of Mediate UK, and I want to talk to you today about what we call the parenting triangle, the issues around parenting when you're going through a divorce or separation can be quite profound. We are here, part of our service is to help parents get through this, but parenting can be tough when you're in a happy, stable, loving relationship. It can be even more tough when you're going through a divorce or separation. So for people we don't want to suffer from this are the children, and there are a lot of mistakes that parents make at this time. I'm going to unashamedly say what I believe. Feel free to challenge it, I don't mind, but this is what I believe from my learnings and from helping over 7,000 people divorce or separate. This is kind of what we've learned around parenting. So lots of people say, what are my rights with regards to my children? You know, what am I entitled to? You're not. You have responsibilities towards your children. If you are on the birth certificate, or if you're the mum, you have automatic parental responsibility, and that means you have a responsibility to look after their welfare, make sure they are loved, looked after, that they're fed, clothed, watered, and given access to medical attention, education, and so on and so forth. All the things that you would expect a parent to do. The child has rights. Now this is very important. It's a completely different way of looking at it. It's the child's rights, and the child has a right to a good and loving relationship with both their parents, and that's it. So how do you manage that? There's no set thing. There's no, a child must see parents equally, a child must see their dad every other weekend and one night in the week, whatever it is. It doesn't matter the plan that you produce. Every single family is different, but the child has a right to see both mum and dad. There's always exceptions. If a parent is abusing them, then obviously, you know, there's going to be extremes where that's not suitable. Okay. So let's have a look at the triangle. The triangle compromises the 3 C's. At the top of the triangle is what everything evolves around really, and that's communication. You need to communicate with the other parent amicably, you need to communicate clearly, and you need to communicate calmly as well. If you can't do that face to face, there's parenting apps out there. There's Our Family Wizard is one that we recommend. But there's many others. You can research and try them, and you can communicate through the app. You can communicate through a book. There's different ways of doing this. You can communicate through WhatsApp, text message if you really must, or you can communicate on the phone. When you are communicating about your children, that is the only topic of conversation that you should have in that conversation. You might want to argue about something that happened in the past. You might want to discuss finances in the future. You might want to discuss something that you're not happy with. Those are all separate conversations. Keep the parenting conversations just to parenting matters, okay? And so communication is absolutely key. You're going to have to keep communicating with the other party. Please don't communicate for your children. That puts too much onus on them to convey messages correctly. And please don't interrogate them when they've come back from the other party about what they've been doing and so on and so forth. You're there to support them and to help them through this time. So if you're looking at the triangle, the top of the triangle is communication, the bottom right is compromise. So yes, there will be times when you need to make changes to your agreed schedule, where one of you may have to work, or one of you wants to take the children on holiday. Compromise is key to this. You're going to have to compromise with the other party, and please don't do what many people do, which is they do one compromise and then they wait for another compromise from the other party, and then they'll do a compromise. It may well be that you need to do a compromise, another one, another one, another one. You get here and you're thinking, hold on, this is all me. But actually what you're doing is you're being a good parent because you are compromising for the benefit of your children. It doesn't matter if you're doing 2 compromises or 15 or 20 before you get one back, as long as you are keeping the communication going and allowing your children to see both their parents, then that's a positive. And finally, bottom left of the triangle is consistency. Consistency can be really helpful to the child. They recommend things such as, putting the schedule up at eye height if you've got young children in the kitchen so that they know what's happening. Consistency, as we know, as parents, can help, with like bedtime routines. If there's consistency, if you can communicate together to consistently parent the child as well, that can be great. So there's similar rules in each house. If you can't, then that's fine, you can do your own rules. But if you can keep things consistent through good communication and through compromise, then you're really helping your child through this time. So those are the 3 parts that make up the parenting triangle. If you are struggling with this, don't worry, many parents do, I absolutely assure you. The government is putting £500 in vouchers towards mediation to help you come to an agreement and to help you communicate and work a little bit happier as parents too. So do look at that if you're struggling, but I do wish you and your children all the best in your futures. Thank you.